Hello, I'm Eric Reese. We're here today to practice Tai Chi Chuan, a Chinese system of exercise, meditation, and self-defense. Work at your own level. We don't take responsibility for your safety, that's up to you. So we encourage you to just work at 70% of your capability and do less if you're healing injuries. Okay, let's go ahead and start with a 3-step routine, loosening the wrists by imagining we're moving the hands through water. Up and down. So if you were really in water, think about how your fingers would move against the water resistance. Relaxing the wrists. If you're having trouble doing it with 2 hands, start with 1. So if we were in the swimming pool, pushing down here, the fingers go up. Lifting up here, the fingers go down. And we have to train to relax the wrists. Train to imagine the air is like water. So do 1 hand at a time if you need to. Then add in the other hand. Keep the knees slightly bent. And begin deeper breathing and relaxing the mind. Now what I love about Tai Chi is even an innocent exercise like this has martial arts applications. We could be blocking upward and hitting somebody's attacking arm with our wrist. We could be blocking downward and hitting with the heel of the hand. Now you can see a reason to move as if we're in water. If I come up like this to block, I could get my fingers broken, blocking against a strong arm. If I come down like this, the same thing could happen. So instead, the fingers are out of the way, and this way. Everything has its purpose. Now the next one is opening and closing. And we're working the chest and the upper back. Gently bowing the body. When the front part of the body opens, the back part actually closes like the shoulder blades moving closer together. And when the front part relaxes and closes, the shoulder blades move apart. See if you can feel that happening. And I'll turn around so you can see it from the back. So usually when people think about a stiff back, they're usually talking about the lower back. But there's also middle back and an upper back. So all of these areas of the back need to be exercised. So we maintain flexibility and reduce stiffness. And the third part is moving the hands like we're in water again. Relax the wrists. And the back of the hands are going forward and then back. So we turn the arms, the back of the hands leading. Okay, take a rest. Now let's start with picking fruit. 1 hand opens while the other closes into a loose fist. Notice when they stop moving at the same time, this fist is not lower than my shoulder. So it's not this, where you keep moving 1 arm by itself. They move at the same time, and they stop at the same time. When we're stretching up, we don't straighten the elbow and go all the way. That would be past 70%. So we're just going part way. This is a very old movement to humankind reaching up to a tree and plucking a ripe piece of fruit down so we can eat. Think of how ancient this movement is. Picking fruit. And relax it. Okay, let's do another one, a wider stance. This is pushing mountains. Pushing mountains. So imagine you're touching somebody in front of you with your fingertips. Again, the elbows don't go straight, so they stay relaxed. Now on this side, you can see my elbow is not behind my back like this. So we're very relaxed movement. Imagining touching the same target directly in front of the body, the same target with both hands. Here I'm using the horse stance. And by itself, just practicing the stance is very strengthening for the body. Notice I'm not turning my head, it's not this. Not lifting the shoulder or tensing it. Very relaxed. The palms are turning all the way up and down with both palms, not part way, so we feel a little bit of stretch. Turning all the way. Palm up, palm down. So when I give you details, how to do the practice more correctly, more exactly, and precisely, it's like fine-tuning the dose of medicine of each technique. So when you do it a little bit more exactly, you're taking your medicine as it's prescribed, and you're going to have a greater benefit. Also, if you ever need to use it for self-defense, the quality will be there for you to have maximum strength and power in your technique. Let's go ahead and go right to knee rotations. The hands are above the knees here on this one, not on the kneecaps. So we're only reaching down a little bit with the arms. Gentle circles, 9 times. Reverse direction. Okay, good. Now the feet are a little bit closer. Feel free to turn the toes out a little bit if you need to. We're going to practice some squatting. So we're going to go down as far as we can without endangering ourselves. And around the world, people just sit in a position like this for a long time. They might eat like this or just sit around talking with friends. So if we're a little bit rusty, we can fix that by practicing it more. And come up. You might need to support the knees as you come up so you can push down into the leg as you stand. Now what you're going to notice when we do it a couple times is it gets a little better each time, and that's why we need to practice. So we're going to squat. Just go to a comfortable position. You want to keep the heels on the ground. So if they start to come up, you're going down a little too far for your level. So make sure that the feet are on the ground and you can squat like you're folding your leg in half at the knees. And come up. We're going to do it one more time. So be sure you're regulating how intensely you squat. Okay? And go down. and up. Okay, so take inventory. How do you feel from doing that? Some of you may feel a little bit lightheaded. Okay. Sometimes the blood gets forced into the brain through capillaries that have started to shrink. So when the blood surges through and suddenly opens up tight capillaries, it might make us feel a little bit dizzy. So be aware, this is a health practice. Now, those blood vessels need to carry blood and oxygen to the brain. So if they get too restricted, we may have a problem, right? And I feel like even dementia and Alzheimer's could be a result of constricted blood vessels in the head and not allowing enough oxygen up to the head. We're already probably breathing shallow most of the time. Maybe we never take a deep breath. So the deep breathing is going to help open up all the blood vessels in the body so we have better blood circulation. And also we're going to have better energy circulation. Okay, so let's go ahead and do another practice. The prayer wheel exercise is one of our key exercises for health and meditation. I'm going to mirror you, so you're going to have the left foot forward. By now you're getting more familiar with this practice. The palms are facing each other, almost like we're holding a ball or a stick between the hands. So we don't let the hands drop the ball, right? We keep them facing each other. And the fingers are forward, reminding us that we're doing a martial art. So we're dealing with an imaginary opponent right there in front of us, not to either side. Okay, so right in front, hands come up to about shoulder height, shift back, lower the hands. Now notice when I lower the hands, they're not very close to my body. It's not a lot of arm movement like this. So Tai Chi is the whole body moving. Right here, it's almost like my arms stay still. Then lower. The hands are still away from my body. Forward and back. So when we keep moving, it looks like we're circling the hands. Make sure it's not just an arm movement. Again, focusing on the arms. Feel the legs, feel the whole body involved. And let's change sides. You're going to put the right foot in front and check that the back foot is 45 degrees open off the front foot. You have a distance between your feet. If you pull the front foot straight back and straighten the other foot, you're in a shoulder width stance. If you pull the front foot straight back and hits the back foot, you're on a tightrope, and we don't want to stand on tight ropes except in rare occasions. So the prayer wheel is teaching us this open stance. We're opening the hips and the crotch, and this is also very important. People can run into a lot of health problems when these areas are very closed up energetically as well as physically. So we open the body. And tune into your breathing. Follow it as it comes into the nostrils, and imagine it can go all the way down to the belly. As you exhale, imagine it coming back up and out of the nose. Okay, good. Now, let's see if we can do something a little more challenging as far as stance work. This is called the cross-legged stance. And I think it may be easier for you initially to follow me while my back is turned to you. We're going to take the right leg and cross it in front of the left. We're going to shift the weight to the right leg and pick up the left heel. We're just going to start slow so that you can get it. So notice how the legs are crossed like the letter X. That's the cross-legged stance. So follow me again. Okay. Cross the right leg in front of the left. Pick up the left heel. So there's almost no weight here. You see? A little bit of weight. Now step back. So you need to monitor yourself. Is this safe for you to do it or not safe? Then don't do it. Left leg in front. Shift the weight to the left leg. Pick up the right heel. Empty out the right leg a little bit. And go back. Okay. Now we're going to add an arm movement. Again, making it look like we're practicing martial arts, which we are. So when I do my cross step, I'm going to block high and low like this, as if I'm stepping away from an attacker and defending myself from a kick or a punch. Because I want to defend against both. What if I'm a bad guesser and I block high and they kick low, or I block low and they hit high? So here I've got it covered. Watch it from this angle. I'm crossing my foot as if I'm stepping away from you and I'm blocking like this. Now with more practice, we could go even lower. You see? Then we go back to the starting position. Follow me again with the right foot stepping in front and you're blocking toward your right. You don't need to go down very low. Come up. Left leg crosses. Later, you can go down lower. You could go down lower. You could go down lower. Right leg in front, block to the right. Left leg in front, block to the left. High and low. Now, to thoroughly confuse you, and maybe even myself, I'm going to do it facing you. We're going to start with the right leg again. Right leg in front, I'm mirroring you now, and you're blocking to this side of the camera, right? This side of your screen. Block. See if you can keep the body straight and relax. Left leg in front, blocking to your left. This side of the screen. Again, cross-legged stance. Right leg in front, and relax into the legs a little bit. Left leg in front, and relax. What are you feeling? Take inventory now. If you're feeling anything that's uncomfortable, or maybe you don't like it very much, it's telling you something important. You need to do that. We need to get to the level where doing that is easier. Now we've identified if it's difficult, if it's causing achiness, if we found some muscles in the legs that need more strengthening, they're not strong enough yet, we need to do more of that. And that sort of practice. But again, working safely so we can make gradual progress without the risk of injuring ourselves. Now, martial arts is like an omelet. You can't practice without breaking a few eggs, right? I like to say sometimes you can't practice fighting without breaking a few legs, but that's an exaggeration. So I've been practicing martial arts for many, many decades. Nothing is broken on my body. You don't have to hurt people to learn martial arts. You don't have to get hurt to learn martial arts, okay? Because again, in Tai Chi especially, the key is the health. We want to be healthy. So a lot of times if people break something, when they get older, they have arthritis in that area of the body. You see, some things never heal as good as they were before injury. So we don't want to risk injury like that. When you do these more challenging practices, if you feel muscle soreness, that's okay. They'll be sore a little bit. Next day or two, it won't be sore. but really monitor your body. Because over the course of this series of videos, I'm increasing the level of intensity just a wee bit. So if you haven't been doing Tai Chi for a while, some of these things might be a little bit too much. So dedicate yourself to a more steady practice and you'll get there. Okay, let's go ahead and practice some Tai Chi form. This time I'm going to take a little piece at a time and face camera while I do it, so you can see some of the arm movements that you might have missed in previous shows. So commencement is the first movement of Tai Chi. Adding a little stretch right here. Then relax, and from the side you can see how I'm bending my knee and dropping the tailbone. So I'm not just bending the knee, but doing this. So if you have to do it that way, what's it telling you? Something is very stiff, we need to work it out. Let's do it again. Body straight, gently stretch, and relax. Body straight, but knees slightly bent. Grasp bird's tail to the right. So for you to kind of match me on this one, you might have started facing this way. Okay? It's almost like we're doing it back to back. Let's start again. Commencement. Stretch. Grasp bird's tail to the right. Actually, if we were back to back, you'd be facing that way right now. So maybe that wasn't the best idea. How about if you were standing facing the same way? Okay, so we're in this position. Now we hold an imaginary ball and we step with the left foot. So here, you may have to be looking over your shoulder at your screen to follow. And we lift the left arm. So those are the first three movements of Tai Chi. This time I'm going to face a different way and do it on my left side so you can follow on the correct side and maybe it's a little easier. So you're facing the screen. Now I'm going to turn toward you, and I think you're turning toward me. Hold the ball. You're stepping with your left foot and lifting your left arm. Now hold that posture. Next one, protect your body high and low. Does it look familiar? It's a little bit like this, isn't it? Protect your body high and low. You're going to step with your right foot toward me, toward the camera or the screen. Lift your left arm. I'm sorry, your right arm. Your right foot's forward, lift your right arm. Now grab somebody. Pull them to your left. This is roll back. Make a circle. Touch the wrist. Press. Shift back, make a big circle. Push. Now we're going to turn and cross the arms. Your right hand is in front, so now I'll turn around to face you. Cross hands and close it. Okay. So with all that left, right, and right, left, I hope you were able to follow something. In fact, this time we'll do it the way we usually do, where I'm working on the opposite side as you. So you face the screen. Commencement. You're bringing your right hand up and turning the right foot. Grasp bird's tail to the right. hold the ball. And step with your left foot, bring your left arm up. Okay, and I'm just going to move back and reposition, hold the posture while I'm moving, and follow again. You're going to step with your right foot and bring your right arm up. Ward off. Notice the fingers pointing at the hand. Ward off. Roll back. Imagine grabbing an arm and pulling somebody to the side. Now make a circle. Touch the wrist. Press. Two-hand push. Make a big circle. And push. Let's face the front. Cross hands. Close. Okay, good. Let's do a little practice of a posture that happens in the third part of Tai Chi. We're going to just do the arm movement. Block down in a half a circle. Block down. The other hand is near your body. Block down in a half circle and lift the other arm. The name of the posture is Golden Rooster Stands on one leg. We're just doing the arm movement now. Block down in half a circle. Block down. Now the bottom hand is actually palm down, fingers forward, again toward the imaginary opponent. Block down. You're striking up or blocking. Strike down, block. A block is a strike. Palm down, fingers forward. Make sure that hand has a little stretching in it. It's not limp. You see the difference between fighting and not fighting? It's stretching. Block down. Golden Rooster. Now I'm going to come a little bit closer, and we're going to do it while we're walking backwards. We're going to start like this. You can have the front leg on the toe or the knee close to the elbow. Step back. Block down and lift up. Step back. Block down. Raise up. And again, you can simply position the foot to the toe if you're not sure about your balance yet. Step back. Okay, now this one we can actually also step forward. We don't do that in the form, but we can practice it like that and get equally adept at going forward and backward with our steps. Block down, come up. Block down, come up. Stepping backwards, block down, come up. Golden Rooster stands on one leg. Okay, now to work on balance. You can use a chair until you don't have to. You can hold on and stand here for as long as you can. Later, you won't need the chair. Time yourself so you know how long you can do it. That's your benchmark. Then with practice, every month you can add a few minutes. Let's say 2 or 3 more minutes. Other side. Check the back foot is 45 degrees off the front foot. You want to sit into that leg a little bit. Golden Rooster, for leg strength, balance, health. And here's how we prevent falls. We have more birthdays and fewer falls as we get older. Anti-aging. Okay, very good. So practice something, because if we practice nothing, see, you always get better at what you practice, right? So when we practice nothing, what do we really get good at? Nothing. So practice something. You have a big variety of things to choose from with this series of Tai Chi videos. I appreciate you being here and watching, and I will see you next time. We'll go ahead and close up by making a fist with the right hand, cover the knuckles with the left, clap 3 times.